Hello, so there's going to be a wee walk around the property. This is the back door of Mum's place. Garage. There's going to be a bit of a looped track because there's lots of things to see, but give you an idea of where I grew up in my formative years. So this is a nice picnicky spot for the afternoon, still in the shade. Nice flowering cherry. This is heading into the vegetable and orchard area. So these are the main vegetable gardens. And over here, there's picnic tables hiding in amongst the trees. This used to be a giant berry cage, but it was too much to maintain, so there's still berry bushes and cherries, but Mum has to fight with the animals to get the food before they do. So under here is the apple orchard, as you can see. The crop's looking okay. Almost all of these apple trees, especially the ones along here, are probably close to 100-year-old heritage apples. They're very, very tart, made for cooking. We've also got giant plum trees. This used to be one of my favourite places to play when I was a teenager. I don't know if you can see in there, but well, a little fella. Some of the local wildlife. Yeah, I used to climb about in that quite a lot, pretend it was my spaceship. We have lots of chestnut and hazelnut trees. There used to be quite a few in this area, but they all sort of died. It's one of my favourite oak trees. It's perfect for climbing, but I'm too old for that. But we'll go up around to the back corner. As you can see, there's all sorts of little paths and nooks and crannies you can crawl under. That used to be fully covered with ground ivy, so it was a really secluded spot. Fantails keep following me. Please excuse shaky cam. There's always a bit of a mission to keep this area clear of blackberry and other weeds. As you can see, it tends to grow back through pretty quickly, so you need to do some poisoning. Now this place used to have a big gum tree, it's the bare spot, but it's still got some big sisters remaining. There's a bunch of oak trees that were planted I don't know, 10-15 years ago, slowly growing up as well. Lots of wild plums that are dropped by the birds. Hello again. This is the real wild corner. I used to always like crawling up here when I was little and burrowing through all the vines to make little cubby holes. A while ago I actually cut a mountain bike track through here as well, but that fell by the wayside. Generally if any big trees come down, Mum gets them milled or turned into firewood. There's usually piles lying around. It's the remains of one of the big gums that came down. Feel free to fast forward. You can sneak around here to the back. Mum's been stashing various different little edibles around the plate. Not edibles, I mean edible food. So she's got a potato patch here. And there's berries and various other things. So that just goes up to the far corner of the property. But it's all very nice and growy and very cool under here, so it's a nice place to be on a hot day. As you can see, there's fruit trees absolutely everywhere as well. Over here is the main hazelnut trees. As you can see, they're growing pretty well. She gets very good crops off them every year. Oops, a bit of lens flare, though I can't see much setting on them at the moment. Come on, focus. Focus. Here we go. It's a big chestnut. It's got a reasonable crop. Yeah, keep walking around. We're sort of following the border of the property at the moment. As you can see, there's a lot of lawn that gets mowed, but that's during my uncle's job. He likes to ride on. So another giant plum, and then we have the walnuts. So these are big walnut trees. I don't know what last season was like, so I don't know how much they're going to produce, but they have been very good producers. There's some on the ground, maybe the season's passed. Nice and sunny. I'll come back through that way. I'll show you my favourite oak tree and all its siblings and offspring. I don't know what half these trees are, so one of my favourite trees around here is where is it? It's a scented poplar. And at the beginning of the season, the smell that comes from it is just divine. I don't know how to describe it, but I can't even find it. Oh, it's up there. So when it's flowering, it's just this extraordinary scent. On the left, we're about to pass the old macrocarpa grove. In the dim dark past, like half a century or so ago, there used to be a stream running through the middle of the property. I'll stick my head in, but farmers upstream decided to divert the water. It used to run, you can sort of see an incline, used to run up through this area, and all these big old macrocarpas required that for survival, so they're all slowly dying. I don't expect them to last much longer, sadly. Ooh, yellow plums.